Mia, Sarah is...
What? What's wrong with my sister?
I want you to calm down and listen. Sarah died in a car accident a week ago.
What?
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I met your mom when I went to take out the trash. She said the funeral was yesterday, and I was so surprised.
Wait, I didn't hear that. I'm a Sarah's sister. There must be some mistake. A week ago? That's a lie. I wasn't even invited to the funeral, even though I've been abroad. There's no way my family wouldn't contact me.
I couldn't believe it either, so I asked around, but it seems it's true.
No way.
You haven't heard from her in, what, a week?
I heard from you that there's an upcoming exam for the interpreter's certificate.
That's because I told you that you should refrain from contacting Sarah, so that she can concentrate on the exam. Sorry for saying unnecessary things.
I'm coming back home right now.
Right now? You're in Guatemala for work, right? Can you go home that soon?
What choice do I have, other than not to go back under such circumstances?
Calm down.
How can I calm down? My own sister passed away.
Your parents are toxic, right? And they didn't tell you about Sarah, so they're definitely hiding something.
That's exactly why. I can't leave my sister's mourning to those people. If I don't go, Sarah might not even be able to leave this world peacefully. I can't allow that to happen.
Maybe we shouldn't do this right now.
Why not?
Sarah had life insurance, remember? They don't want you to get it. My parents just heard that.
What?
I think the reason your parents didn't contact you was because they didn't want to give you the insurance money.
What's that? Just because of that? They're excluding me because of that?
It's nonsense that they're talking about money in this situation. Your parents have always been very greedy about money, haven't they?
It's true that they took all the money we received from our relatives when we were little. When Sarah and I got sick, they didn't want to take us to the hospital because they didn't want to waste the money.
And when your grandfather died of a chronic disease last month, there was a big dispute over the inheritance. The whole family was fighting at the funeral.
Really? I won't give you the inheritance. Don't even come to the funeral. That's what my parents told me. I didn't know they were fighting. How did you know?
Your parents live next door. Rumors spread quickly.
Oh, I see.
I'm your childhood friend, so I'm telling you, your parents are in serious trouble. If you go home now, you'll just get in trouble and make things worse. I think you need to hold it and wait for the right timing.
Even if that's the case, she's my little sister. I'd at least like to give a flower to her.
Let me take care of this, so that you can visit Sarah's grave in peace for sure.
John.
We're like family now. Don't try to handle things on your own.
Okay. I'll leave my sister to you. I'm sorry for bothering you.
Don't worry. I'll let you know if there's any more updates.
Thanks. My name is Mia. I'm 29 years old and currently working as an international school teacher in Guatemala. It's been a few years since I moved to a foreign country. I can't believe I wasn't there when she passed. There were many problems with my parents, but John helped me. A few months later, I was able to visit my sister's grave, and I was truly grateful for that. Since then, I always visited my sister's grave on the anniversary of her death. At first, I could not get my feelings straight, but I was saved by the fact that John was by my side every time I returned home. 5 years have passed since then. When I had finally regained my peace, I received this surprising message. Mia, this is too much. You didn't come to your own sister's wedding. Don't you know that I always believed in you? What? You said you'd come. You're my only sister.
Wait, who are you?
What are you saying? I'm your sister Sarah.
Sarah? What do you mean?
Why didn't you come to my big day?
Sarah passed away 5 years ago.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm alive.
Are you sure it's Sarah? You're not lying, are you?
Born December 23rd, 1994. If you still don't believe me after all this, should I send you a picture of my face now too? Or should I tell you the story when you're sobbing after you embarrassed yourself on your 6th grade field trip?
Sarah has been teasing me about it since middle school and even in high school. Hey, is it really Sarah? Because I heard that Sarah died in an accident. I visited her grave every year on the anniversary of her death since then.
What? I haven't had an accident or even been sick for the past few years. What do you mean visit the grave? I'm scared.
What the hell is going on?
Can you explain it to me step by step?
5 years ago, I got a call from John. He told me about your death in a car accident.
John?
Yes?
Did you attend my funeral?
I wanted to come home right away, but John stopped me.
What? Why?
I heard the mom and dad were not wanting me to get your insurance money. John said that if I went home, I'd get into trouble.
So you didn't come home to avoid trouble?
Yeah. I wanted to avoid causing more pain to our family.
I see. So you didn't contact them?
I just sent them texts to ask about you, but they ignored it.
You didn't tell them about my accident?
No, they wouldn't listen to me. I thought if I sent them wrong message, they might misunderstand it in a weird way and get mad. I wasn't really expecting a response, so...
Okay.
At the time, I thought they didn't want me to get your insurance money, so they ignored me. I'm getting confused, because there are so many things that don't make sense.
Me too. I don't know what's going on, and I feel like my head is going to explode. You said earlier that you went to the grave, didn't you? Is that true?
John helped me find your grave, and I visited secretly.
John again. He sounds suspicious.
He does.
Was my name really on the tombstone?
Yes, it was.
Really?
That's crazy. I had always assumed that you were dead, so I've never doubted it. But if you're still alive, then is the grave someone else's?
My name is not that unusual, so it could be someone else's grave with the same name.
No way.
Do you think our parents would build a grave for their child in the first place? It's not worth the money, so stick them in a community cemetery. Don't you think they'd say that?
That's true. I wasn't thinking about it because I was panicking.
I mean, when you cleaned the grave, didn't you check the surrounding area?
No. John told me that if they cleaned the graves and put flowers,
Dad and Mom might find out that I was visiting there. I don't know what John wants, but I'm sure he's very much involved in this case.
For what? It doesn't make sense that he would do something like this.
The part I can't understand either. Why didn't you even contact me in the first place? The short answer is, John stopped me 5 years ago.
Is that John too?
He told me that you talked to me about how you felt like my presence was a burden, and it was hard for you.
I've never thought that. Never even mentioned it.
I had heard that your values have changed since you moved to Guatemala, but I guess that was a lie too.
The short answer is, John stopped you 5 years ago.
If I contacted you, you'd hate me even more. That's what I thought. He told me not to call you or text you or anything, so I didn't contact you until now.
So that's what happened. John lied to both of us so that we wouldn't contact each other.
So I wanted you to come to the wedding, so I asked him to send the invitations.
I never received one.
Maybe he didn't even send it.
Did you hear from the John that I was gonna attend the wedding?
Yes, I did. But today, John suddenly told me. You told him that we couldn't meet after all. I was so shocked. I couldn't hold back and send you a message.
So that's what happened. I'm so glad you got in touch with me. Otherwise, our paths would have never crossed.
I don't know why I didn't contact you sooner. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. Anyway, now we have to find out why John did this.
Yeah.
John's at the wedding, right? Don't ever tell him what we just talked about. I don't know what his intentions are, but he's orchestrating something this big. If he finds out that we found out, I don't know what he'll do.
I understand.
Even if he doesn't, if you provoke him in any way, it'll be harder for us to find out. I need you to act normal as possible.
I'll do my best.
Sarah, all you have to think about is today's wedding. Your happiness is my happiness.
Thank you, Mia.
John, I reported you to the police.
What?
I've already checked everything. I thought I hadn't heard from you in a few months.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean reported me to the police?
You lied to me about Sarah being dead, didn't you?
What are you talking about? It's been 5 years, and you still haven't accepted it?
I talked to Sarah herself.
No way. Sarah's not in this world. Don't lie.
I got a message from Sarah.
Huh?
She said I didn't show up to the wedding.
What are you talking about? Don't make jokes that aren't funny. Are you saying you got a call from a ghost?
Sarah's alive. You once told me that I shouldn't contact her now because she has an exam, right?
What about it?
She said she hasn't taken any exam. What's going on?
What are you talking about? Sarah is gone, and you're talking nonsense.
Sarah said she never took the exam. You even lied to Sarah that I don't like her anymore. What do you want from me?
Well, I guess there's nothing more I can say to you.
I had Sarah help me look into the matter of the grave. It was of a different person with the same name. I've been visiting someone else's grave for 5 years, who I have absolutely no connection to. Why did you do this? What did you want?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to marry you.
What?
I've always loved you. That's why I wanted you to be mine. I worked hard to get rid of the people who got in the way of us being together.
I don't get it.
You love your sister, Even though you two lived apart, you were always thinking about Sarah, right? I wanted you to stop that.
Sarah's my only close family, you know. It's only natural for me to take good care of her. Do you know how sad I was when I heard that she died?
It would have been easier for you if you had just kept on thinking she was dead. Now it's my turn to be an important family member for you. Leave your sister.
What are you talking about?
I did my best for you, Mia. I protected you from your shitty parents and punished them. Isn't that great?
I'm grateful to you, but I can't forgive you for what you did.
Why? From now on, I'll support you and make you happy. Let's get married, Mia.
I can't marry a criminal.
Criminal? What are you talking about? When did I commit a crime? Don't tell me you're calling me a stalker. This is pure love. And you said earlier that you were going to report me, but this is not how the police work.
That's not what I meant. You also committed a fraud, didn't you?
Huh?
I needed to find out what you're up to, so I hired an agency to do a background check on you.
What?
You lied me about my sister being in an accident. I needed to know if you're lying about anything else.
So you think I've been running a scam?
You've been in and out of scam groups. I was able to get photos and videos of you working for them.
That's how you reported them?
That's right. There was a breaking story on the news earlier about a scam group that's been busted. I've been visiting someone's grave who I have absolutely no connection for 5 years.
I could have put your parents through hell for my scam, but that's not gonna happen, is it?
What are you talking about?
I told you, I'm doing everything for you. I just told you I punished your parents.
What? What the heck did you do to my parents?
Did you know that your parents inherited a substantial amount of your grandfather?
I never heard anything about any inheritance.
Your father was the eldest son, so he got $500,000 in all.
That much?
You tried to contact your parents, but they ignored you, didn't they?
I tried to contact them to check on Sarah, but they ignored me. If those people got that much money, they'd be thinking of spending it all on themselves. They didn't want to give their own daughter a penny, so they ignored me.
I'm sure they tried to cut off all contact and involvement with you, so they wouldn't lose any money. But don't worry. At the point, I was offering them a real asset investment that would increase their money 10 times. Well, there's no such a thing as a good deal in this world.
Don't tell me you deceived them.
That's what I mean. They lost $500, and they're still living in the illusion that their assets will increase. I'm sure he'll be in shock soon.
My parents are horrible people, but you're a horrible person too.
Why? You hated your parents too, right? That's why I punished them.
I'm cutting ties with you, and don't ever contact me again. I block your number.
No, I'll marry you no matter what.
I told you I don't want it.
You're always trying your best. You're protecting your sister. You're kind. You're beautiful. I know and I love all of that. You're the one for me, Mia. I'm rich, and I can make you happy forever.
Stop it! You're making me sick.
So, you don't care what happens to Sarah?
What?
I know where Sarah lives.
Don't tell me you're holding Sarah hostage.
Well, kind of. You don't care what happens to your only little sister?
That's too bad for you.
Huh?
Sarah's with me now. What are you talking about?
You're in Guatemala, right? Besides, I've already found out where Sarah's new house is. I'm pretty sure she plans to live in the city center because of her husband's job.
Sarah's husband is a freelance illustrator.
Don't tell me he moved because he can work overseas.
I didn't know what you're going to do to me and Sarah because of this case. I talked it over with her husband, and they moved here. It's not like you know where they live in Guatemala, right? Well, even if you knew, you wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
What's that? I did my best for you, but it ends like this.
I didn't want you to do this. I'm really sorry.
Hey Mia, is this really the end of a relationship? Even though I love you?
I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. I can't trust you.
I hear sirens.
Maybe there's a warrant out for your arrest for fraud.
Mia, I'm so sorry. I went too far. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
It's too late now. Goodbye.
Mia!
After that, John was arrested. I heard from a friend in the US. Apparently, he had been doing all kinds of illegal jobs besides fraud. He was sentenced to prison and is now in jail. According to the police investigation, he stated that he was trying to save money for his marriage with me. I was really horrified when I heard the story. I don't think he'll be out of jail for a while. According to my friend, even if he gets out of prison, he's been watched closely by the enemies he made from his life from crime. He probably won't be able to have a normal life anymore. I thought he was a dear childhood friend. I am very sad that it ended like this. I just can't keep looking back at the past. My sister has moved here with her husband. I hope we can all live together peacefully from now on.